Looking at the team, you'd think Leavanny would be the MVP, but Ninetales decided to steal the spotlight, literally, brought the sun. Will it be enough to bring my opponent to their knees? There's only one way to find out. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're having a battle versus Cody in the OU tier from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It is the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There is a link in the description down below. Looking at the team, we've got some Ribombee sticky web support. We've got some Bisharp instead of King Gambit, which is nice because we're doing OU mix, so he's bringing some lower tier stuff. He's doing Decidueye is nice. Snorlax is good to see as well. Leavanny looks like he could put some work in, but we need to take care of things first. So I'm going to lead off with Ninetales to hopefully take care of the Ribombee nice and early. Or is it better to lead off with... No, it's probably better off to lead with Torkoal. No. Ninetales will do. Ninetales will do. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Cody. And they're going to lead off with the Ribombee as expected, nice and shiny. We lead off with the Ninetales, also nice and shiny. Gotta love it. We're going to get that sun up, and obviously we're already a big threat to Ribombee because we can hit it with that fire type move. I feel like it goes for a stun sport or a sticky webs here, or it switches out. So I'm going to go for a fire blast right off the bat. They do go for a light screen, which is interesting. So light screen Ribombee, are they not sticky web support then? Maybe not, but we missed that fire blast, which is really unfortunate, but it is fire blast at the end of the day. Bound to miss at some point. So let's go for another fire blast. We'll try and break this Ribombee early on so we can get rid of them sticky webs sooner. They do withdraw the Ribombee. Are they going to go in Polion? Probably, right? Chandelure comes in, which is going to be able to flash fire off Fire Blast, which is unfortunate. Did kind of expect that, but at the same time, I didn't as well. I thought they would get up at least to Reflect as well, but no. All they need is the light screen. So, we've got a couple of options. We can go Rotom. They probably go for a Fire Blast, right? Or they might go for a Shadow Ball. I think Rotom's our best switch, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're drawing Silver Fox the Ninetales once and for all, and then we're going to go into our Rotom Wash to sponge the, hopefully a Fire Blast, but more than likely a Shadow Ball or a Flamethrower, even better, as that still does nearly half. I know it's Flash Fire and Sun boosted, but wow, Chandelure, you've got some power behind you. Got some real power behind you. So, if we assume, they haven't got a ground type, so if we assume they're going to switch out here, not wanting to get hit by a Hydro Pump, we go for a Volt Switch, but at the same time, I feel like they stay in Shadow Ball here because they know they can take a Hydro Pump because Sun's up, Light Screen's up. So maybe I should go for a Hydro Pump just to weaken it. Maybe I think I will do that. So they go for another Flamethrower. They do stay in. They are outspeeding us, which means they're probably Scarfed. They do get the burn as well, which is interesting. So that's going to come into effect. And we miss the Hydro Pump. No, we don't. Nicely done. That did nothing. Oh my lord. Absolutely diddly squat. Rotom, you haven't been eating your spinach. That's a Popeye reference. I don't know. I'm still kind of ill, so you'll have to just bear with me because I'm going to be making weird references to random things. So anyway, if we assume they're going to go for another one, let's stall out a turn of Light Screen real quick. There we go. Stall out a turn of Light Screen. I should have protected first, but I didn't. I just kind of assumed they would switch. You know, type advantages and all that stuff. So we want to stall out the Light Screen, that's for sure. So. We still don't know what set the Ribombee was either. It could have been Focus Sash, but I think it was Light Clay. Because this Light Screen is lasting a while. So I don't know actually if it's been enough turns yet, but it's lasting a while. So they go for another Flamethrower, taking out our Rotom. We do not have a switch into that at all. I mean, technically we do. We have got the Ninetales, but Ninetales cannot touch this thing in return. So it's like, you know, what's the point? So, we've got a couple of options here. We could go into Conkeldurr, who can definitely take a hit and go for a knockoff. I think that's our only option, really, because it's Assault Vest, so it can definitely take a hit. And if they burn us with Flamethrower, it's just going to boost our attacking power. So, we'll go into the Conk, and we'll go straight for a knockoff, because knockoff can definitely take out the Chandelure from here. You go for a Flamethrower, just get some damage off in the sun. Still does a lot of damage, even with the Assault Vest, as we're able to take out the Chandelure, which is a real shame, because Conkeldurr was doing so much against their team. But we just had to use it right there to take out the Chandelure, otherwise the Chandelure was not going anywhere. In comes Ribombee. So Ribombee is an interesting one because they've got a couple of options. They can go for a Reflect, or they can go for a Sticky Webs. I'm hoping for the Sticky Webs so we can take it out with a Poison Jab and then a Mach Punch. So I'm going to go for the Poison Jab. They do go for a Reflect though. Let's see how much damage this does to it. Let's see how much damage we're getting off here. So Poison Jab comes through. Not even half. That's pitiful damage. The harsh sunlight does fade, which is good because it means we can reset them. And the light screen is up, so I'm thinking about whether to do this or not. So I'm going to go for another poison jab, because I feel like they're going to go for a light screen. They do go for a light screen as expected, so we can get another poison jab off, which is great. And I'm kind of hoping this doesn't KO. It doesn't. That's good. Why is that good, you may be asking? Well, a couple of things. So they're definitely going to switch out here because they're expecting a Mach Punch right now. 100% expecting a Mach Punch. Yeah, let's go for a Mach Punch. Let's go for a Mach Punch. Let's just screw it. I was going to say, there we go. That's perfect. All right, now we know I'll definitely KO. So they go for a Moonblast. And what I'm doing here is, I'm basically setting this Ribombee up to go down. Hopefully. We still don't know what item it is, but I'm going to go ahead and go into Ninetales and get the sun up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Ninetales, get the sun up. I want Leavanny to be the one to finish this thing. I need Leavanny to be the one that finishes this thing. So, knowing they're probably going to switch here, I'm going to switch myself. No, because they might go for a Stun Spore or a Sticky Web. So what would they switch in here? Maybe the Snorlax or something along those lines? I kind of don't want them to switch out the Ribombee though. I feel like they stay in and go for a Moonblast just to get some last-ditch damage off. So I am going to go into Leavanny real quick. So there we go. We withdraw, which means they haven't withdrawn. So they either go for a Stun Spore here or a Sticky Web, which means we can bring in Leavanny. Because Leavanny is immune to the Stun Spore. Moonblast is fine. We're going to eat that like it's nothing. It lowers our special attack. That's absolutely fine. Really hoping Leavanny can do something here. So I'm going to go for that Fell Stinger and get that +3 in attack. That's what I need. Fell Stinger comes through. Ribombee goes down. And now our attack power is going to go through the roof. Like, I know they've got Reflect and everything, but I still don't think they can do anything with that. I really don't think they can do anything with that. In comes Bisharp. So Bisharp is a threat. I'm not going to lie. It's a big threat to us. However, they do not know we are Tera Blast Fire. So let's go for the Terra. Let's go for the Tera Blast. They're probably thinking in the head right now, we can definitely go for a Sucker Punch and get some damage off on this thing and then go for like a Sucker Punch or a Shadow Sneak with a Hisuian Decidueye later, but it's not going to happen. So there we go. We're going to Terastalize into a Fire type and hopefully Leavanny can do some work here. Hopefully it can do some work. So there we go. We've got a nice little crown. It's so small. Why is the crown so small on Leavanny? That's so adorable. It's so small. So they go for a Sucker Punch. It doesn't KO us as we're able to... Well, this is definitely going to KO. It's in the sun. Tera Blast is going to come through and get the KO on the Bisharp, right? No! How did you live that? I know the Reflect's up, but I'm +3 attack and I'm Tera Fire in the sun. That's frustrating. So we could still use Leavanny for later. So I'm better off switching out here. I would go Landorus, but Intimidate and then Defiant, you know, it's not going to work out well. So I think what I'll do is, instead, I will go into Torkoal. We still have the potential to get Leavanny to do some stuff here. We still have the potential to do it. We can finish something off with Fell Stinger later, potentially. It all depends on the Hisuian Decidueye set, really. So they go for another Sucker Punch. Obviously, it's not going to work because we switched out. We didn't attack. Now we can safely go for a Lava Plume. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. They might go for a Night Slash or a Throat Chop. I don't know whether it gets Throat Chop. It probably doesn't. Brick Break. Okay. Brick Break is fair enough. We go for a Lava Plume. Take out the Bisharp, which is great. Bisharp is down. See, if that was a King Gambit, that Sucker Punch would have KO'd my Leavanny. But it is OU mixed, after all. In comes the Snorlax. So Snorlax is an interesting one. It's nice and shiny. Gotta love it. Very, very big. Very big. Snorlax is very big. And the way it like leans over like that is so daunting. So I've got a couple of options. I can go for a Yawn. If they're a Curslax set, we might be in for a bad time here. So I'm going to go for that Yawn. At least give them no control over how they go to sleep. They are going to Terastallize into a what? Fire type. They're going to Terastallize into a Fire type. They can no longer get burned by Lava Plume. I think we went for the right choice by going for Yawn. That's for sure. As there we go. They go for the Yawn. That Snorlax is going to sleep the next turn, and there's nothing it can do about it. Nothing at all. Other than, you know, Curse. But we can still handle this. So the fact that it's Tera Fire is extremely bad for us, though. I will admit that's extremely bad for us. Because all we have left is the Landorus to touch it. So, you know, Landorus can probably do a lot of damage to it, to be fair. Now that the Reflect's gone, we can go for an EQ. Yeah, let's go Landorus. Let's go Landorus, and we will just finish this thing off with an Earthquake or two. Going to withdraw Torkoal, of course. They're probably going to go for another Curse. We're going to get an attack drop on them with the Intimidate. And then we'll just start firing off Intimidates at it. EQs at it, sorry. So they go for a high horsepower, which would have probably KO'd the Torkoal, but nowhere near going to KO me, the old Landorus over here. So what we can do here is, if we assume they have Body Slam as their over attack, and then they have like Rest or something, I'm just glad they're not Chesto Rest, though, otherwise they'd be awake right now. Let's scout to see how much damage Earthquake does first. They do withdraw, though. Are they going to go Hisuian, Decidueye, or are they going to go Empoleon? Decidueye, because if there's Empoleon, they'd probably bring it in if it was Air Balloon, but it's not. Nice and shiny Hisuian Decidueye. I like it. We go for an EQ, and that's going to do barely any damage, but still, we can deal with that. Right, let's go for a U-turn real quick on the Hisuian Decidueye. Get some chip damage off on it, and then we'll just go straight back out into our Ninetales, who is able to get the sun up and also threaten this thing out with a Fire Blast. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm pretty confident that Ninetales can handle the Hisuian Decidueye, no problem. So we'll go for that Drought. They go for a knockoff, which is going to get rid of our Heat Rock. But that's fine because the sun's already up. We don't have to worry about that too much. Now we go for a Fire Blast. They are going to withdraw. And the thing that we can do with Ninetales is if they go Snorlax like they have, we can just go back out into Landorus right now. And we're still getting chip damage off on them. So we go for a Fire Blast. We get a little bit of chip off on the Snorlax. That did more damage than I thought it would, to be fair. And they are leftovers, so that's good. But if the Snorlax decides to go for a Curse, if it wakes up, it could still wake up. I don't think it'll wake up this time. I think they haven't burned a turn of sleep yet. So I think we should be good to go into Landorus real quick. Like so. Landorus comes in. And I think Landorus wins this for us. I really think Landorus wins this for us. So we will have to see. So Snorlax is fast asleep, which is great. We're now going to go for a nice and powerful Earthquake. Earthquake comes through. They stay in. And Snorlax nearly goes down. Very nearly goes down. Wakes up, though. Goes for an Ice Punch, which nearly gets the job done. But Rocky Helmet's going to then finish the Snorlax off afterwards. So that's absolutely fine by me. Snorlax going down is a plus, that's for sure. And I think Leavanny can do some work now. Provided they don't have Shadow Sneak or Sucker Punch on that Hisuian Decidueye, we should be golden. Now in comes the Decidueye, as you would expect. We know we outspeed this thing. So let's go for a U-turn. Should we go for a U-turn? Let's go for a U-turn real quick. Get some chip damage off on them. There we go. U-turn comes through. There we go. Now, we just go into the Empoleon. No, not the Empoleon. We go into the Ninetales. Because Ninetales is frailer, which means there's more chance of them KOing us right now with a triple arrow. As they go for a Roost. So Roost is fine. Roost is fine. We can deal with Roost. All we need is that sun up. So let's go for a Fire Blast real quick. And then hopefully they bring the Empoleon in right now. And then we can let the Empoleon KO the Ninetales. Fire Blast comes through. They stay in. Decidueye is easily taken out by the sun boosted Fire Blast. Ninetales is actually a monster. Like, I mean, obviously they're all monsters. The Pokemon monsters, Pocket monsters. But Ninetales in particular is a very monstrous Pokemon in this game. Anyway, Empoleon's going to come in right now. We go for a Fire Blast just to get some damage off. And then we can bring Leavanny in afterwards and get the KO on the Empoleon. So the Empoleon does go ahead and go down halfway. And then they are able to nearly finish us off. Ninetales putting in the work. Look at Ninetales go. Not the expected MVP of the game, but definitely the MVP. I mean, it's two-shotting an Empoleon in the sun. That's crazy. Fire Blast hits again. Down goes the Empoleon, and that's going to be the game. So Ninetales, the MVP. Gotta love it. Nice and shiny Ninetales. GG Cody, that was a pretty fun game. I enjoyed that one. And my voice feels like absolute crap right now. But anyway, here's the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.